Oh, you think you're better than me? If someone says that in an argument, it means they've lost the argument. They're trying to cope with the shame and embarrassment that they feel for being so loudly and proudly wrong, especially when that moment clicks that they realize the other person knows that they're loudly and proudly wrong. They can admit that they were wrong and learn from that and be open to hearing other perspectives and changing their behavior, or they can double down. And if they feel cognitive dissonance knowing that they're wrong, but they're still doubling down, that might manifest as shame. Oftentimes, they're projecting the fact that they do think the other person is better than them and they feel insecure about that. So they're trying to flip it on the other person to say they were condescending to them. When oftentimes in these arguments, that person wasn't condescending, they were just right. And the other person doesn't know how to deal with being wrong. They're a sore loser. This is not to dog on people who don't know how to deal with being wrong, because I didn't know how to deal with it either. That's something I practice on a regular basis. Most people are not raised this way. We have to practice it. It's a skill. And you need to support yourself in doing that. You need to learn how to work through those feelings of shame. I feel that pressure in my chest every time I feel this shame and embarrassment wash over me. I have to deal with that because that is not more important than making sure I'm mitigating the harm that I cause other people. Because shame can cause a lot of harm to other people. Misery loves company. And when somebody hates themselves and they're miserable in their life, they want other people around them, either consciously or subconsciously, to also be miserable because they don't know how to deal with it on their own. It's an isolating feeling. What I believe is that shame then can manifest as envy. People who are miserable often do not feel comfortable around others who have found a way to thrive in a sense of happiness, joy, peace, love. Some people see that and they don't understand how the other person got there. They think that they were always like that and they've had an easy life. They don't know what that person's been through. Just because that person carries it well doesn't mean it's not heavy. Those things take a lot of time and energy and work. And instead of looking inward and saying, what am I doing? What could I change in my own life to maybe get to a better place in my life? They will flip it onto the other person and blame other people for their own sorrow and suffering, whether they're consciously or subconsciously doing that. People who shine are not threatened by people who are duller than them, and people who are dull are absolutely threatened by people who outshine them. And if somebody is trying to drag you down, it means you're probably already above them. Yes, these are cliche, but I believe that a lot of cliches are universal truths.